Hello, glorious human. So have we talked about the seasonality of humanity on here yet? I honestly don't remember because I've made over like 600 videos at this point, so maybe I'll repeat myself. But basically, the seasonality of humanity is this idea that we are not designed to be productive, to be fertile all the time. If you think about nature, right, like it has seasons. Like even though those seasons look different around the world, where I'm from, which is Pennsylvania, in the United States, we have four distinct seasons. Now, those seasons are not exactly alike every year. Sometimes they're a little longer, sometimes they're a little shorter, sometimes they're a little colder, sometimes they're a little hotter, sometimes we have more rain or less rain. Like there are so many variables, right? And because those seasons exist, we don't have the same expectations of the world around us, right? So like I was thinking about this the other day because I was laying in my hammock in my backyard, which is like my favorite way to rest and get vitamin D from the sun and just rejuvenate with my dog, is I sit out there and I'm looking around and I realize like the trees are starting to come back to life because where I'm located, we're going into spring. We're coming out off of winter and moving into spring, and the days are getting longer. The sun is setting later in the day. And I notice how that influences me because I have more access to sunlight, because it feels like the days are longer, even though technically, right, the time itself has not changed. It just feels differently. That's Einstein time versus Chronos time, which is a whole other video that I could make. Let me know if you're interested in that. The perception of time and how learning to look at it differently can help you to make more of it, and to enjoy more of it. Sidebar. But we look around, and as I notice that things are coming back to life, I have this deep appreciation for everything around me that is coming back, right? Like the greenery is springing back in my yard. And some people might be like, oh, but it's mostly weeds, because it is. Like, it's a mess. But I love it. I love it so much. I just love the expression of creativity from nature, right? Like this wildness that is untamed. Like I appreciate that. And as I watch it come back to life from what just a few months ago was completely barren and cold and the ground was hard, like watching it rejuvenate, move into a new season, I realized that I have the appreciation for this because it was barren a few months ago, right? Like, and when it was barren, like there were periods where like the very first cold day, the very first like really frosty day of winter after a nice long fall is like the best. Chef's kiss. I love it because in fall you're moving into sweater weather and you watch all of the leaves change, and you recognize that each season is so distinct and different and necessary for you to take full advantage of the next season, right? And so like when you're in summer, like most people go on vacation, right? If you're able to, you go on vacation and you enjoy that time of rest, you pay more attention to your kids because they're out of school. You know, the schedule even changes to match that. Like with the heat of the summer, you feel differently than you do in the cold of the winter. And that's not to say like about favorite seasons. It's just that we expect these differences and we navigate around them, right? But we don't do the same for ourselves. We are not designed to be productive all the time. I mentioned all these examples of nature because guess what? We as humans are nature. You are a part of nature, which means that you also have seasons. Now those seasons can look radically different, right? Sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter. Sometimes they are super productive and energetic and creative. Sometimes they are, just doodling in terms of creativity. Sometimes they're completely barren and it seems like they don't have any new ideas and they're a period of rest, right? Or supposed to be a period of rest, a period of downtime. I had a clarity call a few weeks back with someone that I adore this person so much as a human. And I was so excited when they said, hey, I want a clarity call. And we talked about how they had this expectation and this frustration with themselves that they can't be productive every single day. And I was like, good news. Great news. Like we are not supposed to be productive every day. Like that is a capitalist idea that your worth comes from your productivity. If you did nothing else with the rest of your time on the planet, however long that may be, you would still be deeply valuable, deeply worthy, deeply deserving of love and care and attention and peace and joy. Like you are inherently worthy of all those things, and your existence does not depend on what you deliver, which means if you listen to the seasons in your body, the more that you pay attention and actually honor the cycles of your life, of your productivity, of your passion and creativity and need for rest and rejuvenation and perspective and taking stock, like the more that you honor that, the easier your life will become.